WesWes, y'all. Maloni, and welcome to another episode of Empty Out the Clip. I'm your standing host, Let's, with two of the boys from the WesWes Network. Fine gentlemen of Yush and Eric. What's up, gentlemen?
Hello.
What up, y'all? Good to be here, as usual.
Those Cams is on special leave, so we'll roll the episode without him. But you know how we start off, man. Let's get into some shout outs. Start with you, Eric.
Yeah, just thank you for letting me be on the clip again. For today's episode, I'm the host, so yeah, that's cool. Big shout out to Cabs, and big shout out to my family in that, and my daughter.
Hey, nice.
Sorry, guys.
Just for me, I guess the Ranui PIC crew that played Kalongs yesterday, bit of tag. So that was really good fun, and playing the game and connecting with everyone. So really enjoyed that. So shout out to all the people there, or the committee and that, and yeah, just everyone being welcoming and because it's my wife's church where she grew up and that, and I guess been going like on and off with her, like what Sunday and different things. My kids, they got baptized there and that, and so no, it's cool. I think I was like the only like half caste guy there, so no, I felt like it was good. Like they were real welcoming and stuff like that. So shout out to all the people there for welcoming me and making me feel part of the whole thing. Yeah, shout out to them.
Oh, me.
My shout outs, man. My shout outs is to my bro Mark Molia and to Abby. I popped in and saw the old man. Tried to go over and drop him off a birthday card, but the old man was having a power nap at about 5 in the afternoon, which was pretty hard case. But I caught up with the bro Mark Molia out in Ranui while Keto was playing tag with Yush the other day. Shout out to him. Special shout out to Roy Crichton, celebrated his 70th. So Cam was away celebrating that, but as one of the boys' old men, he was a hard man back in the day, man. Like my bro Dave. If anyone knew who Roy was to the Ranui boys out west, man, you'd know. Like, yeah, don't walk up their driveway unless you got the balls of iron stone, eh? But nah, yes, good to see watching their videos, them celebrating the old man.
Nice.
Another shout outs to my Doko Sonny. Haven't caught up with him for a while. We keep putting it off, man. But yeah, hopefully one fine Sunday we'll probably catch up and probably do some fitness or something. But shout outs to my bro Brandon Manukia. Caught up with him yesterday. We did a missed walk from Coxwood Bay up to the Harbour Bridge. Nice brisk walk in the morning. Couple of deadly hills, but the overall walk was about 6 k's. So it's good to just reminisce and have coffee cup while we're walking, talking about life and stuff.
Nice.
And the last one's to to all our listeners and all the people that follow us. Yeah, man, like all good things, man. Like a lot of us like do this voluntary, and it's good just to connect with other people on the network. But always look forward to doing Empty Out the Clip. But you can find us on WesWesNetwork.com. Find the support button as something as cheap as a pie from your local bakery, just to help us push out the network and the content that we put out there every week. So yeah, thanks for that. So start off with how's the week been, boys? Been pretty crap.
I forgot one more shout out. I just remembered just now when you were talking. A big shout out to also Jack in Australia, where he used to be. I look at it up to that guy like an older brother. So he was the first person I flirted with Cameron back in the day. So yeah, he's just like an older brother to me, and we caught up in the weekend on a video game. So it was good catching up. I haven't heard from him in ages. So yeah, big shout out to that guy. Just remembered it too. All right, that's me. Sorry, Us.
Oh, wicked, man. So how's the week been, boys? Start with you, Eric.
It's been alright. It's moving quick, actually. See, like, man, it's getting closer to Christmas already. And it's starting to feel the heat already. It's getting a bit more busier. Even the customers are saying the same sort of thing. They're getting a bit stretched. So it's starting to get to that crazy part where, going shopping and all the lanes in it are full. So I remember we went to Costco last week and that was totally packed. We had to turn around and go back. same with Safe. It was pretty full to the brim. So I don't know if it's going to be like that continuously till after Christmas in it. So yeah, it is getting a bit busy and faster at work. So just concentrating on work and doing a lot more gaming lately for some strange reason. So yeah, there's been a bit of it, just hanging out with guys from back in the day. We're touching lanes again, so yeah, it's cool.
Nice. How about you, Yash? How's your week been, bro?
No, it's been good. It's been a really good week, actually. I like a bit of variety, a bit of spice in the week, and it was good. Like Monday was good. What did we do? We did T-ball. T-ball went good. You know, the kids enjoyed that. Getting a little bit better. My wife ordered like some gear, like a little kid's bat, some gloves, and a ball and a stand and stuff. So now it's going well. Like kids are improving. And then Tuesday it didn't go well, but like now it's like the end of the week. I reflect on it and sort of laugh. But like we went to athletics. Oh, it was raining, and I wasn't sure if it was on, but I just wanted to get the kids out for a play. And you know, at the track there's a playground, so I was like, oh, at least we'll just go play at the playground. At least get outside for an hour. But then, like when we were playing, I realized that it was still going to be on, and so the kids thought we were going to go home, but I was like, no, it's on. You're gonna run as well, and they were like crying and not like running hard, and I was getting so angry. I was getting so pissed off, and then like my wife came because she like works a bit later, so she comes a bit later, like sort of halfway through. And I'm like, no, we're going home. They're being useless. I don't want to. I want to get out of here. And she's like, no, we're here. We may as well finish it. And she's like running with them and trying to like make them finish it. But like my kids were the only ones like, and everyone like crying and like not running hard. And I was just furious, And I was like, let's get her out of here. And so she made them finish. And then like, but like now, like I sort of laugh about it. So there was that, and then like, because we came in two different separate cars, so after that they usually go to their Nana and Papa's house. So like we're checking them in the car. I usually just put them in the car and then jump in my car, but I give them a kiss and then go. But I was like, no, wait, I'm gonna jump in for a bit because I didn't want to give them a mouthful in front of everyone. So I was like, hold on. So I jumped in the car and gave them a mouthful and like, so no one could hear, on the or the other parents and stuff.
Yeah, I hope you turn the radio up, cuz. I hope you turn the radio up, man.
My mom, my time, my coupe and stuff. So then I wasn't sure they took it, because I think it was probably the wildest I've been, like the most angriest I've been, and then so I wasn't sure. And then we had Wednesday, we have like wrestling, and like there was a change of attitude for the better, I was like, I was surprised because I wasn't sure, like how they would respond, like if they would be like, I don't want to do this anymore or whatever. But they actually like tried harder, and I was like, oh man, I was really happy. Like it actually worked, and they wasn't cured, but they actually tried harder. So that was like the first half of the week, and then like Thursday, we had like tag training for the Kalongs yesterday. So that was really good. Yeah, play with Nick, with Kira, and I was really happy. Like all the training we've done, like that was like her first like game situation sort of thing. And man, she was like running freely, like you couldn't see that she had like an injury. So I was really happy. I was real nervous, because because I've been training her and it was her first run, and like I don't want her to like, oh, my knee's sore or something like that, afterwards. Like shit, I got it wrong, that type of thing. But no, I was really happy. I texted her the next day, like, how'd you pull up? She's like, oh no, there's no achiness and stuff. So I was really happy that she could run freely, run hard out, and feel good. But I was just saying as well, like for her to like not let up. You're not done. Like then just you still got to keep doing the little extras and that sort of thing. So no, it was good. It was a good tag run, even for me, because I don't really play much, and we've mainly just been doing like sprinting and stuff. Like, so it was a bit more, change of direction and stuff, and so that was fun. And then we had games yesterday. We had 5 games, and man, I started cramping up on the third day, my calves. Third and fourth game, and then I was looking for some salt, and then lucky I had some in the car because no one had any. I had some, and I just put some in my mouth, put in my water bottle, banana, and then my wife just formed my calves, and then luckily I made it for the last game. So it was good to make it through, like injury free, and then
Nice,
we
bro.
just had got some burger fuel afterwards to treat myself. I felt like I deserved it, those ones like after a hard day. And then we just watched some Netflix and that. So and then had church today, which was really good, and then saw some cousins, my cousin Alex and his wife. They're moving to Aussie soon, so then it just came back in time for this.
Wow.
It's been so it's been
Yeah.
been a good week.
Busy
Been a good
man.
week. Been a good week.
Bro, it sounds epically busy, man. Shucks.
I
Yeah,
know,
it's good.
But
Good
nah, I
fun, like,
appreciate you and I
That's
appreciate you putting the time into Kita, bro. Like, better your voice than mine, man, because otherwise I'd be like you sitting in the car turning the radio up, eh?
Oh man, I didn't realize I had that like much in me, like that much rage. I was like raging, man. I was just
Yeah.
like,
I'm surprised you like rolled him up and kicked him like a soccer ball or something.
oh no, I don't want to go to jail or anything like that. It was just more like I just gave them a mouthful,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got your angry voice and they'll be
Yeah.
like real scared.
Yeah. How was your week, Lex?
The week was weird, eh? Like, especially when it started to rain. Like, I was all like amped up to like do stuff around the house. Like, I started like to clear the deck and stuff, and I was thinking to myself, "Sweet, I'm gonna take that all these trees that I've just sort of let shrink around the house. Like, I didn't want to take the shrubs fresh because, like, if you cut down a lot of bush, a lot of it's just like big for nothing, right? But if you let the sun attack it, it'll start to shrink and everything will start to die. So
Yeah.
I had planned to do this on Wednesday, which was cracker. But for some reason, my bag was still in the back of the wife's car, and in the bag was my both set of keys for both cars. So I was like, this must be a sign to just stay home and do nothing. So that's literally what I did, bro. Just stayed home, did nothing most of the week, bro. But it's been hard, eh? Like, I don't know, trying to just relax, like turn it all off and just, zone in on just doing something, one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Probably the most productive thing that I did do was probably go for a walk, which was Saturday. But like, that was good. Like, the mind needed it, I think. Because one of my closest boys came around the other week and we break it down, like, what we need to do. And I've sort of just come to the conclusion, like, it's good to have a support team, like, especially when you've got close mates you can open up to. But sometimes it's bigger than you, like, like if someone's come to you with an issue like weight loss and health and their mental state, it's like, you can only do so much by listening, right? And then trying to help them by showing up and stuff. But the other part, you need the support. Like, you can't just do it by yourself, So that's one thing that I've sort of gotta reiterate to my boys. Like, a lot of our mates are passing away quite young.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't help that we try and sort of brush it aside by having a few laughs and going to have something to eat. Like, we need to have the serious conversations, which is like something that I shared with my bro the other day when we walked. Because it's his uncle and he's one of my good mates. But I'm like saying to him, if he's reached out to us to show up, like we've shown up, it's now up to him to show up as well, And to me, I saw it as a cry for help. And I want to be there for my bro, but at the same time, I need to tell him and like reiterate, bro, we're in the same shoes, man. Like, I don't want to bury you, and I'm sure you don't want to bury me or one of the other boys. So I think making it more realistic, like, and just being straight up about it. Like, bro, our house's pretty not in the best place that it needs to be if we're gonna live for the kids, live for our kids. So, now it's been a big wake up call. I'm trying to, how they say you got to learn to love it. I'm trying to learn to love walking. And I'm starting to love it, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, it's amazing how much listening to your own, like, I'm dying breath can sort of push you off. But at the same time, it's like, well, I'm the one who did this to myself, So, yeah, I'm trying to get used to just listening to myself breathe and just know that, like, bro, it doesn't sound right. Like, and every time it'll probably come a bit right.
Yeah.
But now the week's it's been good, man. Like, even like I feel like all the timing's been perfect. Like, even like getting messages from people that I've messaged like a while ago and they've replied. It was pretty interesting getting a message from Jason Sati, bro. Like, just getting his reply, like, that was massive. And it was cool how he said it was like, depending on how we go in December, if the timing's right, like I'm always big on timing,
Yeah.
you know. I'm like, oh, if it's not meant to
Yeah.
be, it's probably, you know, in God's time or when it's the time's right. So I think if we time it all right, man, and like I said, man, I'll probably be the WesWes Network pimp of the year, bro. Like if I can get him on back at 135 and be nice, because I know some of his stories, especially around his son Phoenix. Like I know, yeah, like me having like an autistic son and him having Phoenix is like, bro, I know we got that connection. So I knew straight away, like when I messaged him, that it was gonna be like, oh, bro, he was all guns blazing, like, yeah, man, let's do this, you know. So I hope we can make that happen, man. That was probably like the highlight of the week, like to top off me being sore trying to walk.
Yeah.
Oh, me.
Does it feel refreshing though, or nah? Not really, not yet, or a little bit refreshing,
Oh.
not having to.
Well, I'll be honest, man. I'll empty out the clip now. Like when my mate took me to Westside Fitness, right, and I got a fine, right. I got to take it into Jordan. Hopefully, he can get it waived because I posted it on my Snapchat. My sister-in-law said, if you take it into Jordan, because you showed up to the class, someone should have actually told you to put your license plate onto the iPad. That way, they can waiver the guys in the parking lot. So if I'm over,
yeah.
so no one told me that. And lucky I posted it on my Snapchat. My sister-in-law replied. Then she videoed me saying, like, you shouldn't even pay that. Like, if you pay that, like, that's so dumb because you went there for a free class and you end up paying $65. So
right.
I've got to go do that sometime this week. But it was just that my mate's been training for like 8 months, right? And then he got me to take along with him. Can you imagine this, right? I have done jack shit for fucking ages. Then I go and do a full-on class with him. Yeah, how do you think the body's gonna feel, man? Like this whole week, I've just been like, bro, I can't wait. I can't wait to fucking fully get mobile again. But then it makes me want to like do my own training, so I can go to one of his BFT classes and be like, this class is shit, you know. Show those guys up because that's how I felt. Like it felt like I was doing that just to show face for the bro because he's trying to help me, right? But at the same time, I knew better. Should have stretched. Should have actually warmed up properly. And then I left feeling like, bro, I'm gonna feel it this whole week. And this whole week I felt it, man. Like even my thighs now, like I only just coming right from last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should know, don't be those fear guy ones and just go, are we doing 180?
Yeah,
check it out.
Those, bro.
The time my shoelaces being like, from my legs collapsing and shit.
I had an incident where I think I whipped myself. I was so bad.
Oh man.
I went too hard. I whipped myself. It was crazy. Like, man, never again.
Well, that's the thing, man. It's just like trying to make little changes there. Like I know it's not gonna come straight away, but it's like, bro, if I can just keep on top of walking like at least 3 or 4 times a week, bro. Like, you know, want to be king on the day like you, Yush. That's the goal.
Iron Man.
No, just reminded me of one more thing. It was actually on Friday. We had I was lucky we had a teacher only day at school, but we we finished like around 1, so ended up being able to get a like quick session in before getting the kids, and then the gym. We had the Christmas party for the gym, Overflow CrossFit. So that was pretty lit. Like it was pretty mean. So shout out to forgot that one, to the Overflow CrossFit crew. My sister and brother Rena and Jerry, like they put on a good Christmas party. Everyone had fun. It was a mean vibe and everything. And they had it was like a dress theme.
I saw some of the costumes,
Yeah. Man, it was mean. Like everybody, heaps of people went hard. I felt like a clown because I didn't. But like 90% of people like did something. So that was a mean party. So yeah, shout out to those guys. That was good. I think they did it early too because everyone's busy, like Christmas. So that's why it was done in November. And man, it was an awesome party. Yeah, everyone had a good time. And but yeah, just I guess just all the good work they're doing, like helping people, with their fitness journey and having friends and people to connect with and all that sort of stuff. So shout out to those guys doing some awesome work, and the trainers and coaches involved, all the people involved in helping the place. So it's good.
Start
Nice.
walking.
Never too late to start, man. Never too late to start.
I know.
Yeah, it's
Boys. We'll just move along to some local news. During the week, if you hadn't known, but the Marist Rugby League Saints Club, Marist Saints Rugby League Club, the Clubrooms, someone or I don't know how to put it, man, pretty much went up in flames, and it's got a pretty rich history of NRL players that have come out of that rugby league club. So just a short little shout out to them and acknowledgement to all the coaches and all the past players who probably felt like like someone's passed away, man. Because what a thing to see up on the news. It's quite sad, like just seeing such a rich club with its history actually being recorded while it's in flames. Usually people get there and it's all been burnt out, but I mean to see it up in flames while the firefighters are trying to do their best to put it out. Pretty bitter pill to swallow, eh?
Yeah, I think I saw that on one of the papers we did early in the morning because I was doing the graveyard, and one of the early papers showed those photos of Marist. I didn't know who it was that was burnt, but when I just quickly read because I was serving at the same time. I quickly read the bottom part of the caption and found out it was Marist. It's pretty sad, shocking. So was it actual arson or?
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, I saw like that part of Hindo that links up to the back of that's all been renovated. That's been like redeveloped and stuff. One of my mates was one of the last. His family was one of the last on that street to get evicted, and that's all Housing New Zealand places. But yeah, just to see that, and I think he's talking about even people around Richmond, saying about what the park's there for and its purpose. But they feel in their club rooms, man. What a sad, sad day for Auckland Rugby League, eh? And all its juniors and all its senior players that have come out of that place.
Yeah, I don't know, but I heard a few things. It was like some people were saying it was an arson sort of thing, and then some were saying it was like a fireworks or something going wrong, and then the other one was like that it was. I don't know I don't know what the truth is, but the other one was like the surrounding, like I guess developers or whatever, because people want that space.
Yeah.
And like they're probably like and then some people because they have like mad parties, they go all night, like all the noise and all that stuff that's associated with it. But I don't know. That's just what the whispers on the gossip, whatever you want to call it, is. But yeah, did they reckon it's arson? Is it? Or I'm not sure
was
either.
The first headline that came up on Thursday morning. It was an arson.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, bro, like of all things to see, bro, like there's like someone saying, "Oh, that's someone's boat on fire in the middle of the sea," and everyone's just watching it while it's still on fire, right? But it was sort of like one of those moments, just seeing that the club rooms are still ablaze. They're still trying to put it out, but it's live on Blade Breakfast. It's like fuck.
Yeah.
And like if I was from that club, I probably would have felt a lot more devastated. But I still feel devastated for all the past players, and some of the names that are coming out of that place.
Yeah. It's obviously sad. The what's it called? The other side of it is because I know that they were looking at like rebuilding or renovating or something like that. So I guess that's the only upside to it is that they can rebuild and make it to what they want. Like sometimes because they might have meetings and talks. Actually, I don't know how it works, but sometimes you have meetings, talks, but nothing happens for ages. So maybe this is a thing that's going to push them into action because they sort of have to now. So they're going to be forced into doing something and rebuilding. Obviously, it's sad for the rich history there, but they've still got the ground, the land, the park.
Yeah.
So they can. But yeah, I was thinking like what like burned up that they can't replace. I don't know if it's like some of the photos and all that sort of stuff. But hopefully, there's some stuff in the archives, like some of the members or treasurers and things like that. They have old photos. that people can dig up and sort of donate to the new club room, and then
Yeah,
I was just trying to think what's not replaceable, because the building's obviously replaceable because it's just 4 walls, but I guess it's like the all the that and the photos and stuff like that. But
that's a big one.
But it's sad for those involved. Yeah.
See, boys, we'll get into our first article. So during the week, our mayor, you'll remember the mayor, eh? What's his face? I'm not even gonna say his name. Still pisses me off. But they've been talking about the congestion on the motorways between certain parts of Auckland, and then they've highlighted Lincoln Road to Te Aratu, and then they've done figures from Greenlane to Penrose. Oh, that's pretty much the same spot. And it must be just past the overhead bridge of Newmarket to Penrose. They've highlighted those two particular roadways as like high users. So if you think about congestion on the motorway, those two particular parts of the motorway, they get real bad. Like, everyone knows if you can avoid getting there between, I think it's 6 and 9 o'clock in the morning, and then 3 p.m. to 6. So good old Wayne Brown wants to put a road user charge on those particular parts of the motorway. What do you guys think, man? Because anything this guy says, bro, it's just But what are your concerns about that?
So we're from Lincoln Road to Te Aratu for the first part.
Yeah, Lincoln Road to Te Aratu. They want to introduce a road user charge, or say like $5, $10.
What does that look like? Do we have does that just get chucked on the tax thing, or how does that work?
Yeah, well, I think like in places like Melbourne and Sydney, right? Like they have that registration, and they have those cameras that snapshot your windscreen, and like there might be a preloaded amount, or there might be those like the tunnel that we have here. If you don't pay the toll, you get the bill later. So they haven't actually like
isn't it going to force the traffic more
but
towards?
they want to implement it.
Yeah, I got you.
The roadway, like Lincoln Road and Universal and all that.
Yeah, isn't it going to force the traffic more towards around the back, like through Henderson and it, and Glendale, if they really want to get to Te Aratu?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know how he's actually thought about it. Eh? Like, I think if it's the traffic leaving West Auckland, right? Yeah. Where else which way does the traffic from Lincoln Road go? Does it go towards Great North and go through Waterview? Does it go that way? Go through New Lynn? Does it get broken up that way? Because I know coming home, bro.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that's especially because we don't have highways or like main roads that go like parallel with the motorway. Yeah, so it's not like Great South Road and like if you're coming from Great South, say from Itahu, it's not like the motorway goes like Great South Road goes parallel with the the motorway, but then when you get to Lincoln Road, it's way off. Like there's 3 or 4 different routes you can come through just to get through that piece of motorway.
Yeah, because you could even go around the back of Central Park Drive and catch it up on Te Aratu from Lincoln Road. Yeah, around the back there. So, because a lot of the times when the traffic's heavy on Lincoln, we don't even hit Lincoln Road. We go around up to Central and then around the back, and then up through Edmonton, and then just jump back on the motorway.
But I just see it's a red flag. It's like we're gonna pay extra $10 like on already the expensive petrol.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. It's just stupid. Like, I feel like there's just too much, like, little extra things they're doing. Like, even like in sports, we watch the rugby and stuff. they're adding all these different rules and stuff to make it better, but it's actually making it worse. It's the same with like this road user thing. It's just making it worse.
Yeah.
Just keep things simple and don't overcomplicate things. Like, I'm sure there's better things he could be doing with his time and resources and stuff like that. Like, he's gonna have to employ people to do this stuff, and everyone's just gonna be pissed off, and it's not gonna help. Like, it's just a waste of time. I'm sure there's other better ways and better use of time and resource put into it. So it's just stupid. Yeah. That's what I reckon. Anyway, like the mayor, like that's one of the solutions. Like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah, well, because you remember
I'm
he's
sure
got
he's
his
got more
council,
solutions than that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's still got his councilmen that he needs to sort of, wait for them and then cast a final vote. Like that's the whole purpose of why he's in that position, right? But I think he's more thinking like, okay, if we do put that up on the table for people to start paying a road user, then he's thinking he's already spending that money. Like what can come in from being generated using that toll, It's like this guy.
yeah. Yeah. But like they're gonna have like meetings and talks about things, and it's just like a waste of time. You know what I mean? Like, isn't there other bigger issues better ways to figure this out? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a waste thing.
Yeah.
Especially with all the construction going on the motorway, man.
Yeah.
You know how many detours people go through? Like,
Yeah.
The traffic that comes from Waterview, it has to circle around onto Great North and then come back onto Lincoln Road, but they can't come back onto Lincoln Road onto the other two. They have to go further up. It's like, oh man. And then it goes back the other way. And I get all the angry guys coming back the other end. So stupid.
This is
still working on the midway.
Yeah. This is the one big thing that pisses me off about shit coming out of that guy's mouth, right? Like you remember like the floods. This piece of shit was nowhere near any of it, He was nowhere near to be seen. Even when now that you want to try and chuck a toll on the people that come, predominantly, like, there's the working class that leave West Auckland, that's Ranui, Henderson. That's pretty much from the same freaking side that was devastated by the floods. Like, now he's going to chuck that shit. It's like, bro, I bet you people are probably pinching themselves thinking, fuck, if this shit goes ahead, bro, they're all probably thinking, Officer Collins should have got voted in with his bloody eat-ass public transport submission, It would have been probably better than to see this guy try and roll something out, like, and just in the time that he's been there,
I saw an article on the Herald one time about the floods, and they said it was the Met Service that failed the people, that they didn't have a counter for the floods, and they were wrong about the predictions of the weather. And I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Nah,
I guess Brown was half right.
Yeah. Just as well we record these episodes there because the Met Service pretty much forecasted that right from the get go, and even the police news, even the police were thrown off guard. Like, it just goes to show, man, under the pump like that, civil defense, right? No one had the lead on it, and that's the sad part. Even like workplaces, like I worked out on my job. I remember emailing them like a month before I left, and that still wasn't enough for them to wake the fuck up. Like, bro, family first, man. Your house is more important than the fucking money you're trying to make for other people. Now, I don't know. That's just my savage point of view on these crooks in suits, making us pay double on top of our expensive gas. Fuck.
Wolves in sheep's clothing, man. Wolves in sheep's clothing.
Straight up.
But I really don't know, like, what is the solution? Because it's just Auckland's just getting more and more populated. So I don't know, like, what you can do because it's just more people, more cars on the road. So it's like
make the motorway automated. The motorway automated.
What do you mean?
Just make everybody travel at the same speed on the motorway. That'll solve everything. But it has to be automated on the motorway. Everywhere else can be normal, but the motorway must be automated. That's my thought, anyway. My opinion.
All right, yeah. But
yeah, if everybody's traveling at the same time, at the same distance, well, everybody will get to the destination that whenever. It'll be quicker than what people were doing. Because if one person travels slowly, or everybody's traveling, let's say one person travels at 30, and everyone's traveling at 70, that person that's traveling at 30 will probably stop everybody behind her, or him, and so there's everybody else down. So yeah, if everyone's traveling at the same speed, yeah, good for the traffic. But we're a long way from that. That's like AI technology.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But
One of the
yeah,
comments on that post was from Cams, and he wrote, when he says it's just the price of a cup of coffee, or count up all the extra costs of having, like, it's like he's having 14 cups of coffee a day. Like, if they're saying that's
Shit,
how cheap it is, like, it's like, bro, that's
40
gonna
cups
add
of
up real. That's gonna add up real fast, I think. If you look at it that way, but
yeah.
bro, if
I'm not going to use that. I'm going to go Central Park Drive, man. If that's the
yeah,
case, every time I want to go out to the city, yeah, just
yeah,
bypass that
scary.
whole thing.
I don't know if we can do like
What do
I
you
don't
mean?
know if like just trains and buses will work just them. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if we can do what's it called,
Like,
subways or
nah, I don't think
trams
we're
or
set up
something like
properly.
that.
Eh?
Yeah, we're not
Nah,
set up for that. So I don't know.
no, it's
I
not.
didn't feel like there's any cure for it. Like just, but maybe there is. Maybe there is. I just don't know.
I think they'll work in Central, like in the places closer to the city, but outside West, I don't think that's going to work. They need a different.
Yeah, I think the
I can't
cure
think of anything.
is moving out of Auckland.
To Australia, what?
Nah, I don't know. I don't
We'll pack up and get the fuck out of here.
yeah.
Bro, actually, to tell you the truth, I want to get on. Where I'm staying at the moment, I do want to leave. It's kind of sad, but I do. I don't have any love for this place anymore.
You
It's
don't
like,
have what?
man,
Any love for this
any love
place?
for Rugby right now.
Yeah,
So all the flood, just the flooding, just I think that was the last straw for me,
yeah.
and my mum and dad and that. I think they just wanna go somewhere safe from the floods mainly.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet gentlemen, we'll move on to the second article I've just pulled up. I just posted the other day something about like Chinese migrant workers in Auckland property. There's up to 22 people were housed, and they reckon there was probably like 6 of these around, man. Like, so 16 houses. Like, I would need you to imagine now a 3-bedroom house filled with at least 2 or 3 bunk beds in each room, and at one point underneath the house a couple of mattresses housing 22
Underneath the
people,
house,
and then underneath the house, and then for these people to share 1 or 2 toilets, 1 shower, and a makeshift kitchen up on the deck. And these people were living there, man. And they're Chinese, so they
shit.
came over. They came over to Auckland on the hope that they were gonna get skilled jobs. Like most of them were construction. Yeah, man. Like, how sad is this, man? Some of these were located out west.
And what were they promised? Like accommodation and stuff, or what was the?
Yeah, so they would have, so in order to get a visa to come over work over here, you got to pay a certain amount of money. It must be like 20 grand. That's to submit your application to get a working visa here. And in order to that application to be submitted and approved, they need like a business that's going to employ them and guarantee that there is work for them to come over here and live. So while they're working, and then some of these people, like, which is these eaters, like these guys, they've done it real ugly. So they promised them the job, and they've actually made accommodation as they're part of their business to get them here and secure their services here. But then when the
Okay.
annual review or the 6-month review comes up, whether there's enough work for them here, because they gotta, obviously, whoever looks at these guys or checks in on these guys, they want to make sure that they can afford to live here.
Yeah.
But the saddest part of this whole article was that some of them were being charged $350 a week to live in those poor conditions, man.
Which company was it that did this?
The company was called Cray Civil Limited,
Damn.
and they were property developers. The saddest, stupid
They
part
were in
about it,
charge of.
yeah, so they were in charge of bringing these immigrants over to get them in the workforce, and just as part of their conditions was like they had to be housed in these properties so they could get a
Yeah.
van and pick them up and drop them off and stuff like that. So they weren't, gonna come here, gap it, and then start their new life and stuff.
Damn,
But
those,
shit,
those three
horrendous that
houses.
is, eh? Now they had 6 houses.
What's that?
There were about 6 houses out, like over Auckland.
22.
22 people, like bodies
In
in
each
these
one.
houses, in each one, man.
Man, like they could have done it like, you still push it, but just not that much. You know what I mean? Like maybe like I don't know, 7 or 8 people or something like that. But like 22, 22 is just crazy. Like because having like 3 or 4 people in one room is like it's a bit cramped. But hey, if you want to make it, and you got like a decent bed and stuff like that. That's all good. But 22, that's just crazy. Yeah, that's.
They must have meant these are Chinese people, and Chinese people are small. Just saying. It's still sad, but just say.
I think the biggest part for me was like the fact that they were like promised. You know what I mean? Like it's like they were promised the work, but then the living conditions versus what they were paying. How were they supposed to send money home? Because the back part of their article was that eventually when they got reviewed, like whether they could afford, there was no bloody work, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, they had no work either.
Yeah, like some of them had, I think it got to the end of the year and then they got told like there's no more work. So when they were being investigated whether they should be here, but I mean, they paid 20 grand to come over and work. So this company's just banked their money.
So they did work, but for the year, but then that was it.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough to keep them here. Like, because like once that company makes their visa biddable for them to stay and work for them.
Yeah.
But it's like, man. But I mean, this has happened. I think there was a house in Pepatoi, 2 houses side by side in Pepatoi, and they were filled the same, man. And like some of them like had some like they came over to drive like for a trucking company, and the Palangi guy was like fully like mucking them around. Like they had to pay the same amount just to get into the country as well. Like they had to have a bit of money, but then they were being charged like say $150 a week for board. But they weren't, the living conditions were worse, man. It's like shocking.
Yeah, some more wolves in sheep's clothing, eh? Some more.
Hold on.
Bro, it's people trafficking, man. Like that's people trafficking at its worst, man. Like shit.
It's like the human trafficking, like sort of slavery.
Yeah.
Slavery in a way, yeah.
Bro, it is, man.
Yeah.
I think they've had it with some of the seasonal workers as well, man. Like they tell them they can get them over here working for 6 months for the season, and then when they get their payslips, like some of these guys don't get payslips, but when they get a review of their payslip, they haven't even been told what the negotiation is with the board and that, but they're staying in cabins as well. And it seems like they get sort of like, misled about what they're being paid after they take away the accommodation and all the rest of it. And it's like, oh shit, so they work like a 40-hour week for like $100 or something, What's $100? That's freaking nothing, man.
Yeah, that's the problem with these people that come in. Because I know my cousin and he went over to Australia, but at least their company was good to them. So that they come over to Rara, grab a bunch of boys, take it to Australia, and put them in the meatworks. They can stay there for as long as they like. Get paid really good. But they had good housing there, which was really, really good. Because if they didn't, he would have came back anyway. But it's just sad to see the same sort of idea, but with 22 people in a 3-bedroom house. Man, no transparency.
Hopefully the people are persecuted and I don't know, something's done about it, eh? Like otherwise it's just going to carry on.
It's going to get worse.
Carry on somewhere else.
There won't be too many working people.
It would be evident to anyone who's having work done on their house, right? If a couple of Asian guys show up in a normal car, they don't have any tools, right? Or if they're being dropped off and they, like have a look, man. Like you'd be surprised, but I mean these guys could get chucked around at any work site, and you'd know straight away, like. It's just
That's
something.
exactly what we noticed in the corner here with these new city
Yep.
houses that they're putting up. Well, my brother said he saw a guy there, Asian dude, sleep in his car. Like after work, they slept in his car, and then because he came and picked me up, and as he drove past, the guy was still in his car. I was like, oh shit! And he woke up and just started working again. Fuck.
Damn.
Well, he must be one of these guys. Shit. Was he?
Talking about
And
cars.
there'll be a few. There might be like some documentaries in the future, like a couple of these guys that crack it, eh? They'll be like, "Oh, I came here. I was like living with 22 guys, and now they're like some big construction owner and that type of thing, eh?"
Yeah, hard.
The documentary will be called 22.
Yeah.
Oh,
22
wow.
houses or 22.
Shit. 22 peeps.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy to think that's happening like in New Zealand, eh? Like, that
Oh,
sort of
bro,
stuff.
it's sad, man. It's sad. That's what makes you wonder, like, bro, what's become of our country, man? And like even the people that live here, like they're doing that sort of shit. Like, you know, first the Indians come up on the news, now these Asians. It's like shit, man.
Yeah, because I remember reading the article about how they have the pickers in it, and they come up and they pick up the fruits and stuff, and like Hastings in it. Oh, not Hastings.
I forgot
Forgot
what's
what my
his
cousin
yeah.
said. And they do the same sort of thing too. Eh? They give them housing like this, cheap as housing, but they charge them more expensive rates. So shit.
We back in the day we had a couple of Asian guys they stayed with us. And they pay rent and stuff like that. But yeah, it was like that's a good way like people can make money, like if you have a spare couple of rooms or whatever.
Yeah,
You can have like students, because when I was at Avondale they had like international students and like some of them need a place to stay, and you have to go through like the paperwork and all that obviously, but like and to see that you're legit and everything's set up nicely. But yeah, it can be a good way to make some money, and then you have some international people and you can show them around, and like we invited them to church and things like that. But they mostly did their own thing. They're pretty quiet and respectful. Like they just did their studies, and then they would go like with their mates a lot. They're always out and about, like got a hard out. Like their mates would turn up in like these flash cars, eh? And then they'll just, but they didn't eat with us and that. Like they always eat out, like because we try to make food and that, and but they were like, oh no, like they're all right. They just did their own thing, yeah. But they were all good. The ones we had.
Oh,
I don't know about other ones. Yeah.
Whose dog was it? I think it's mine.
But it was a good way for us. My auntie and like they did it like they made some money off it as well, like because they pay good rent.
Yeah.
yeah.
If you got spare rooms or something like that.
I would rather like have a spare unit than a spare room. I don't know. I think that's just me.
Yeah.
I like my privacy.
Hmm.
But yeah, it is a good way to make some money.
And it's only short term. It wasn't for like I can't remember. It wasn't super long.
Sweet
But yeah,
boys.
it was.
Onto the a post posted up by Filippo. I was reading what he posted. Any in West Auckland, does someone take your truck and then return it with a sorry note with brand new toys for your kids? Is anyone else confused?
Yep, super. I was looking at this for ages and I couldn't make it out.
It sounds like what happened was that someone hosted a party, had a few of their mates over, and then the parties probably died off. And when the party's gone to sleep, the people who own who were hosting the party have woken up to their truck being stolen, like not on the driveway. Probably the missus has probably gone to work and then realized like, oh shit, you guys met our truck. And when she's gone up closer, she's found a note, And the note reads, this is what Hake says, that she's taking a photo of the note. It's like, hey man, brought your truck back. Sorry mate, was drunk and needed a ride home. Left your keys locked in the truck. Here's a little something for your baby. Thank you and sorry.
Oh, that's pretty cool. At least they put the truck back and shit.
Yeah.
I've been in those moments where
Oh,
I've
man.
been like wasted and seen a car, the set of keys in the car. But nah,
Yeah.
I never had the balls to take it. Shit,
But is
that's
it
pretty
a?
elegant.
Is it a? Do you go through the list and figure out who it was and cut them off, or do you be like, "Fuck, did they at least put gas in? Did they at least put gas in?"
Nah, man. I think you take the win, Because you could have got stolen and like ram raided or ridden off or something like that.
Hard up, bro.
Or even they just broken into your car and then you got to fix the window. You just got. Yeah, I don't know. If there's no damage done and stuff like that, I would be happy. You know what I mean? Like even just the stress of like if the car is somewhere across Auckland, like getting it back and all that sort of stuff. So I guess I'm just speaking from like having my car broken into like 3 times. It like cost me money because I had to fix the window. The other time I had to fix the ignition, and then like it was just a pain in the ass. Like, you know what I mean?
Man, I've only had my car broken into once at the pools.
Yeah, one was at the pools once. Was that a WesWes?
Yeah.
Yeah, same as me.
I saw the perpetrator too when I was in the pools because I was thinking, why is that person at my car? And then I thought about it, and they had the loud music going, so they could smash the window so no one could hear it. And then they got into the car, but they must have watched me put my wallet in the back. But lucky they didn't see me put my phone in the other back seat. I was like, fuck. So they took my wallet, but they didn't see my phone. Oh, they got reimbursed for the money they spent on my cards and stuff, but because it wasn't my car, it was my mom's. So it's like she was angry.
Damn.
But, yeah, it sucks. It's not cool.
Yeah, it's a bad feeling, like like it's like you're getting violated,
Yeah, someone's been in your own property, man. It feels weird.
Yeah, it does.
Made me super angry. My daughter got scared of me. She was like backing away from me because I was raging at the car.
Yeah.
It's like shaking it and everything.
Oh, it's good that you got it reimbursed and all that sort of stuff and got looked after.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But it's still a hassle, It's just a hassle that
it's annoying,
you have to go through that. Yeah.
So yeah, if it was me that did that to you, let's.
I would want you to have ridden the car off. Get the insurance payout.
True. If you give me a text, I would.
Yeah, what about you, Les? What do you reckon?
Oh man, yeah, I'd be annoyed because I always think like the consequence of your actions, right? Like what could have happened, like because he said he was drunk and he needed a ride.
Right.
Like,
yeah. I didn't think of that actually.
Like if he had ridden the car off, like if he had ridden my car off, and it happens to be like the Holden, like fuck, I would have been very gutted. Like that's a sentimental vehicle, but if it was like my truck, it would be like fucking good hard, bro. Flip it, I would have mine a new one. But yeah, it's just a whole lot of like, hey, what else really? You don't. I know people don't drink with the intent to like, oh man, I didn't mean any harm by taking the car and just I bought it back, bought some toys. But then what if it had been like, what if you had got the car back and he had a hit and run incident and you got the car back not knowing and he was oblivious to it, he would have been like, oh no, I thought I hit a dog or something. couple of days later, I was like, oh, it's an old man, homeless dude. Like, oh shit, I thought it was a dog. Oh, I thought it was one of these, little things like that. But yeah, I don't know if I would have been happy. Like, I know what you mean by being. At least you got the car back. But for some, bro, it's like, oh man, you got the car back, and then there's a fiber of hair on the bumper belongs to the elderly man. He still feed all the homeless guys. Yeah, just little things
Evidence
like
to a murder crime. Evidence to a murder crime.
I think I'm just lazy, Like I I don't like hassle, you know what I mean? Like of like chasing the car up and all that sort of stuff. Because like I like my last car was a bomb,
It's split up
and
there.
and like someone like ran up the backside of my car,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got out, and it wasn't too bad, and I was like, don't worry about it, man, because I had to like go. I can't remember. I had to go somewhere. I just couldn't be bothered like texting the person, calling the person, and all that. Like car still worked. There was nothing wrong. Maybe if I had a Tesla, I would have chased it up, but because it was a bomb, I didn't worry about it. You know
As
what I
long
mean?
as you didn't have a samurai sword in the back of your car, that's the main thing.
Now, maybe if I had a nice car, I would have been like pissed off, but because it was a
Yeah.
bomb, I was just like, all good. My car's all right, still runs. Or if it couldn't run, if it damaged a certain part and it didn't work, I would have. But,
Yeah, most of my cars have been bomb cars.
Yeah.
I've never ever had a really good car.
Yeah.
But every time I do have a car, I usually put my dad's island hat at the back. And it's weird, some people react to it funny when they see their hat in the car.
Yeah.
They're like staring at it for ages ago. And then they walk away. It's like they were going to do something, but there's a island hat in the car. They like look at it strangely.
Yeah.
Like, this belongs to an islander.
Well, that's it. If you
Just
see it's a hard-working man's car, you think like that. You think, oh man, that might be their means of transport. Like how's he gonna pick up his kids from school? Like I'm sure every guy who's desperate, like this guy can't have been desperate. Like he was just lazy, man. Like surely just walk. You got 2 legs. I just needed your car. Just took your car.
Yeah, I never took my Usos. I forgot what I picked him up from a field, and they were playing the Samoan cricket game, and they had a kitty kitty at the back of the seat, but you can see all around at the bat. You can see it. And we were like at a bar somewhere. It was tricky. We saw these young guys walking past the truck, and they were looking at the car, but they could see the kitty kitty in the back seat, and they were like stepping back in it. Oh no. They're looking at each other there. Nah, let's skip it. Like, bro, better. Man, I wanted to get off my seat and shit.
I was wondering. Yeah, I was talking to one of the kids at school because he's one of those like kids that's like in a bit of environment where he's trying to be good, but his environment keeps pulling him back, and he's done a ram raid before, and then I was like, oh, what's up with the ram raid? It's been a bit quiet at the moment. Like I haven't seen it in the news. And he's like, oh, I think because like a lot of them have been caught recently. Like they're like, I guess they, I don't know.
Police are cracking down.
Yeah, and the police are cracking down. So it's, I guess, a mixture of things. But I was like, there was like that time when it was like one every other day or every other week sort of thing.
Yeah, I remember that too, because during that period, the shop in the corner on the same week got done twice.
There you go. That's what I mean. Like there was a period of time where it was like happening all the day, like every day or every. But now it's been like pretty quiet. And he's like, oh no, a lot of them been caught, and oh okay.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Oh, sweet man. We'll head into one of the memory lanes. So I posted a memory lane, and I don't know if this will resonate with you guys, but down my street we were probably like one of the only properties for many years that didn't have a fence. And I come across a little video of 2 brothers on TikTok playing cricket out the front of the house. So when we were kids, man, like our lawn and like the neighbors, like because everyone else had fences except for us and my neighbors across the road. So shout out to the Mane family, they lived across the road from us. It was like our house and their house didn't have fences. So like right up to the house, in the front of my mum and dad's house, we'd set up the wickets, and it became like the MCG, and we just played cricket out the front. And it's amazing like how many kids would come out and give us a bat, Usually if you got the one set of neighbors that can I have a bat after you, and it was sort of like okay, so we just carried on playing cricket till like dark, Just wondering like if you guys had any memory lanes of stuff that you guys used to do as kids that usually got all the neighbors to come out and play. Start with you, Yush.
Yeah, man. Like my early days, we like growing up in Aussie, we used to play a lot of cricket. Yeah, We had like a few different houses and playing at my cousins as well. So did the other kids get involved? No, not unless they were friends. Like we didn't have any like randoms, but like we had
Yeah.
like played with some friends and things like that. And then because I had like two brothers, like an uncle, and then a couple of mates. Sometimes there was usually like quite a lot of us, or even if it's just me and my brothers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was mainly. But no, that was good times, eh? A lot of times we smashed a few windows, like our own one, and like neighbor. Even like one time we used to live across the road from like a factory. We smashed one of their windows. Nah, man, we played a lot of cricket. It's a big thing in Aussie. They're moving, and then we used to play like touch on the streets a lot, like on the road, and then just the car comes just like a car, and then you just pull
Yeah.
off to the side, and then
Yeah.
bare feet sometimes. We used to go to schools, and play on the basketball court, play touch, and then we used to do like drop goal. Like if you score in the corner, you'd have to kick from the corner, but you have to drop goal, and then you have to hit the backboard. Stuff
Oh,
like
true.
stuff like that. And we used to do like make up backline moves, and also, so we were out a lot playing out in the backyard, or even my cousins. We used to do because they were the ones that weren't allowed out. Like they like more strict. My mum was pretty relaxed as long as we went to church. So they weren't allowed to go out anywhere. So we used to go to their house. We had to because they couldn't come to our house. Those ones, and then so they used to make up heaps of stuff because they had no games in that. No, so we used to use like sticks like to play golf and stuff. We play golf. We did like everything. We would wrestle. They watch WWF and like wrestle. Handball. And like we played basketball. We had no basketball hoop, but we would like use a brick on the side of the wall, like you have to hit that certain brick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there was no hoop. Yeah, there was no hoop, so we were like, you have to hit that. It was like, no, hit it. And you're like, no, you didn't hit it. So now we used to make up every game because we were so bored, and we had no games back then, So we had a lot of good memories playing in the streets and in the backyard.
Man,
Some are difficult to what I was doing, but
that little brick thing you were just talking about, Yash, reminded me. My dad used to sucker all his meat, marinate his meat in this little square bucket. It was in the back of the day they had those square buckets. Then they had the bucket lid, and it was just easy to place stuff. I remember one day I was like, man, watching the neighbors, they got a brand new like rollout hoop, and the backboard and stuff. And I was like, so jealous as a kid. And I was like, look, that's it. I went and got my dad's saw and one of his craft knives and cut that square bucket that he used to marinate his meat in. I just cut the top half off. Bro, got a couple of nails, nailed it up in the garage. And I was like, shooting, like, yeah, I'm the man. Like, shooting, eh? Never to know, the next Sunday, my dad was like, have you seen the yellow bucket there I used to put the meat in? I stayed quiet, eh? Stayed quiet. I was like, don't hurt me, please. But nah, yeah, that's what they reminded me of, eh?
Oh, nice.
What we had.
Yeah, I used a bucket. But cut the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the basketball was too big for
Yeah.
that. So it would never go in. It would always miss. It was like, oh man. But yeah, I used to ride a lot of bikes back in my time.
Yeah.
A lot. Like, man. So from when I was young to probably when I was just beginning to be in the team. Just ride bikes everywhere. Everywhere I could go with a bunch of guys from here. We don't hang out anymore. I don't see them. But yeah, when we did, man, go all over the place. Just like in the Goonies.
It's like a big
Yeah, we'll go around the back because around the back of our property where the river is, there used to be quite a few trees, and we tried to do a tree house here or there. It was cool. It was a lot of fun. Get those whistling toys.
I'm just remembering a couple. We used to have like because there's like some construction work going on. Like we would take some bricks and put it on the like the broom and do like little bench presses and stuff. Man, we like around Origin time. There was one year we got the hose and we hosed up the backyard to make it muddy. And then we all like, then we played with our jerseys, and then I think it was my mum or my auntie. Then they threw out our jerseys because it was just too messy, like too muddy. Because those days where like you didn't really get looked after, like you know your parents just did their own thing and you did your own thing, sort of thing. It was just
yeah.
you know what I mean. So they didn't know that we were making a big mess in the backyard, and so it was funny. It was funny.
So you know the field that you guys were playing tag on.
Yeah,
that spot he's last played. Right back in the day when I was like maybe intermediate, like Form 1, we used to play the state of origin, the Ranui, like that side of Waitemata versus the other side of Waitemata. That's how we used to play.
Right. Nice.
But we used to play full on like hits, like we would play in our league here, eh? Like, and it would be like first to 10. Then we have like a little concession, like clean off the boots, mouth guard, have some oranges and stuff, and then we'll play the second half, and then it'll be like the last free try wins. Right, but just on that patch of grass, man, like, and we played like between the soccer posts and I think it's the 20 meter, but we'd play in them and play some good games, eh? Some big games. But you weren't allowed to call each other by your proper name. You'd be calling your mate's name by the state of origin players' names.
Yep. Who was your guy?
Bro, I used to get mocked hard out, eh? Because like if I was ever doing a runaway, someone would go, Sailor, because you're black. But I was like, that's a mock, eh? Like this how to mock one. Just get pissed off, eh? I'm like, fuck, I'm Renoff, or like, I'm Smith, man. I'm Darren Smith, man. Bro, if I ever made a break and then like the guys would get pissed off, like, Takiri, Lottie Takiri. I'm like, fuck you, man. It's always the meuli in the team, eh? Get mocked hard out. Some memories, man. Come on, Tony Malangama, freaking Kimpets here, bro. Those days, bro. You used to crack up, eh? Yeah. You didn't want to be called like Martin Bella or someone like Lewis, someone with bald head, eh? Like sad guy.
Yeah. That's crack up. You guys had the full thing. My cousin Max went there and he was living in Parramatta. Him and his boys, they used to do what you did there, but they bought the jerseys. And then they had like a 3-game series, and then they had trophies like best forward, best back, and like MVP.
Yeah,
I was like, damn! Then I was like, because we were drinking and talking and stuff, and then like he pulled out like the trophies and stuff, and I was like, oh damn, it's for real, eh?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, jerseys, everything, eh?
Oh my God, we had a test series like that too. It would be like every Wednesday, every second Wednesday, or every Wednesday, eh? Like and then it started like what made me laugh is that somehow some of the guys from like Waitemata, they start recruiting guys from the other street. Like they'll come from Edwin Freeman and like Amara. Hold the fuck up, hey, hold up, hey,
keep it local.
Yeah, because if they were from that side of Ehrlich, they'd be like, hold up, these guys should be playing for us by default, like you're talking about from the roundabout that way, and like the early, the one side of Waitemata Drive, because Waitemata Drive only had like a few houses across the road at the same side as the park. But when we crack up again, but you can bring all the people still fucking you guys, we just talk to them like that, eh? But then when they bring the younger guys, man, we just get gassed. They were like, nah, we already won the series, man. We already won the series.
Well, that's cool.
Not the recruiting ones.
Crack up, I was like, bro, these guys can never play fair, eh? But the one thing I remember, bro, is like someone mocks you by your runaway try, they call you Lottie Takiri or window sailor, man. I'm like, fuck you, don't call me that.
Window sailor.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because I remember someone gave me like a Otago jersey, and I used to like say like Wilson, but like my cousin would be like Chainsaw, like someone like he's not as dynamic or something, like they try to call you a name you don't like, eh? Make like a break or something. So I know what you mean, eh? It's similar sort of thing. That's funny, eh? Yeah. But that's good memories, eh? Free, run free, and
play with my G.I. Joes in.
Yeah. Imagination, eh? You had imagination back then.
Wow,
that's it, man. No social media. PlayStation was still new. Nintendo was getting phased out. So it was like, what to do,
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to play Pac-Man when Pac-Man first came out, and they used to have it at the airport in the 80s. that little
Yeah.
table, and you could sit at that table and they had the screen inside the table. That was probably the first arcade I played. And I carried on to the bigger machines, but they started coming up.
But
And
yeah,
now everything's out on PC.
Okay, we'll move into the next part. I got a Savage of the Week that I've posted the last 3. I got 3, so you guys can choose which one would be the winner. But this one, one of you guys can tell me who the voice is. It's pretty distinguished voice. This is a guy. The parents either too lazy or straight savage. So, guy's gone missing, and then they're calling him over the. So this at a league game. The parents are trying to find their son.
If you hear this message, you need to go straight to your car. Boy, you gonna get it.
If you didn't know, that's Lappy's voice, eh?
Oh, it's him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he said it.
Yeah.
That's the first one. Second one is a guy. There's 2 guys meet up at a must be like a convoy of motorbikes, and the guy is obviously dubbing his missus at the back, and so as the car's pulled up, you know, like when you obviously the guy's on the bike with his missus, and then there's a convoy behind them, and they must sort of feel like a certain way, like they're untouchable. But then the car pulls up, and the guy obviously says something like, "Step out." Instead of the guy stepping out, what do you think he does? He actually does the hard turn with the steering wheel, and then he runs the guy over with his missus on the bike.
Yeah, I'm watching that video
That's
now.
pretty like, whoa, that's pretty savage, man.
Wow.
What's crazy there is someone caught it on camera, man. Well, I was amazed there. Like I said, bro, that's got to be up there, eh? But what's funny is that when the car goes over, like you'd think it's like it's just a boom, like a little shove. But nah, the car actually goes over the top of the bike with them both on it, eh? They carries on.
Yeah.
Wow, like, bro, that's gotta be gangster. So there's
Well,
that one.
were the people alright? Does it show or it doesn't show?
You know, it shows they're alright.
It shows
I think they just take them back. They just take him back that the guy actually.
They're just shocked.
Yeah, instead of like getting out, he was just like,
that guy in the
just
car, man.
Right.
He's fucking crazy.
But that
He
dude
just
did
snapped,
say,
man.
the guy did say, come, let's go. What? Step out. And then the last one is a guy is towing a trailer. So he's something about Ford drivers. There's a guy towing a trailer, and it's like a motorhome. He's driving one of those. What must be like those Ford Rangers, and a car's trying to overtake him on the fast lane. But he's got the whole thing on dash cam, and just this is the audio. So if you watch the footage, the guy's on the inside lane, right? So whenever you go onto the open highways, they have these overtaking lanes. So if you're carrying like a whole A, so ideally you should try and keep left as far as you can. But the speed limit's 100, right? So if you're in the overtaking lane and you're trying to get in front of them because you don't have a load, you should try and get in front of that car. But the guy with the trailer, mate, bloody stupid, mate. Obviously, it wasn't going. He was going too fast. Like instead of trying to let the guy overtake me, he was
overtaking me. So he thought he was in the fast lane.
Well, he mustn't have, like, I think if you're towing, isn't there like a speed limit of like 90 or 80? Shouldn't be towing something there fast there.
Gosh. Regardless, he should have slowed down. If he wasn't gonna, if he was faster than the car behind him.
But it reminds me of like some guys that do that, they speed up in the fast lane, like, let me overtake, mate. Let me overtake. So I could understand the old man's frustration.
That's my dad, bro.
So which of those three you reckon will be Savage of the Week?
I reckon for me, I reckon it's the one on the bike. You have to be fucked up to actually run somebody over on a bike.
But mind you, like, there's how many bikes? There's like looks like 10 of them, man. Like if he got out, he was gonna get a hiding. So it was like, all right, fight this thing.
I would have like nudged the bike, but this guy went right over the top. Like literally drove over them.
Bro, it's crack up.
And then he took off.
Yeah, I'm the same as you, Eric. I think that was pretty wild, eh? Just she was driving over straight over the top.
Shit, man. Gotta be
Yeah,
snapped, man.
that one definitely stands out for me. I think yeah, because I'm annoyed by the bikers. To be honest, they do what they want to do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean, just disrespect the law. Everyone else didn't really care. So it was good to see at least one of them, get a little bit of like, hey, you can't do what you want type of thing. So
Man, I had one guy on a bike. I think overtook me on Great Swanson. No, on Great North. I think just coming out of Henderson at the main intersection. And we were just going past the lights on the two Sturges, and he just overtook me from the inside lane. I
Oh,
was like, I wasn't too phased about it because I was only doing 60, but I was like, man, he really, really wanted to get in the front, just to go in the front, and then stop at the traffic lights. I was like, bro, what was the use of that? I was right
I think
behind
that's
him. I think
no
it annoyed the
license,
shit out of him too because I was right behind
no
him
license drivers.
all the way.
yeah,
Yeah, true that.
They know the road
There's
to.
been a lot of weirdos driving in the mornings. A lot of strange people.
but yeah, that dude was the craziest I thought.
Yeah, it's not good. It's getting probably worse.
But yeah, that guy was pretty, savage over the week to me.
Gee, boys, nice.
What, yeah.
We'll get into food review. Did any of you guys have a food review?
Yeah, I got one from Beach Pizza.
That's the one on Glendy, mate.
Really, yeah, because what got me onto that, because one of the guys at work, he usually gets a pizza from there, but he could never finish it. And then when I start, he's got, I got some pizza left. So he leaves it, and I have a try again. Man, this is me. Where did you get it from? And he told me it was at across the road at Glendale, and that area right next to Hunch
Yeah,
Bunch.
Munch Hunch, see.
Munch Hunch,
To the
sorry.
left
Yeah,
of
so,
it,
yeah, so it's right next to that. And I
Yeah.
like the flavors of the pizza, so I decided to give it a go. But his particular one that he orders is really spicy, so it's like extremely fucking hot. But I like that as well. But I thought, man, if it didn't have the spice in it, the kids will love this. So I wanted to go try it. But I didn't find the pizza I was looking for. But man, they're pretty good. Better than Pizza Hut because you eat Pizza Hut all the time. So yeah, because we eat Pizza Hut quite a bit. But
What about price
$70?
wise?
It's pretty pricey.
Yeah.
But yeah, $70 is quite pricey.
70.
17 for one.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah.
And then I think it goes up from there. So like, you can get quite big. But I reckon it's not bad.
What'd you rate out of 5?
For pizza, out of 5, I'll be pretty harsh. I'll probably go 2.5.
Yep.
Because I've come across better pizza, but like homemade pizzas and stuff. But yeah, I'll probably 2.5 out of 5.
Would you say they're more gourmet
The chips there suck.
style? Oh
yeah. Yeah, because we asked for a meatball and fennel, so I thought that was quite. So you can actually order it online and you can add extras to your pizza, which I found more convenient than. It was a lot more easier to use than Pizza Hut. So yeah, but their fries, bro, their fries stink. Fries are stink.
Just order the
and the
pizza from there and
just
get
like
the price
every
from
other
the store.
kind of bread. Yeah, I'm waiting for a place to make if they can make their own kind of bread instead of following the generic one that's like where everybody else has got it. Pizza Hut, Domino's, same old. But yeah, no, it was a decent pizza. We finished it. I told my brother really needed one, but he wanted another one. So
I've got
not for me.
Just the other day when I was trying to do some cleaning up around the house. Oh no, it was my nephew's haircut. So I got my nephew's hair up. My nephew Pei moved over to be with his parents over in Mackay. I gave him a haircut. My mother-in-law went up the road, shot up the road to get us some sort of like some brunch. But she went up to One Sip coffee shop. which is on the corner of Great North and Edmonton Road. So no Territory Road and Edmonton Road. So yeah, my daughter, and when she's with me now, they got a thing for like cafes, like, you know. But I don't know why they went and bought pies from this one sip place. And I tell you, man, if you know me, when I'm talking about pies and I'm talking about who's punching above and who's punching where. But man, if there's a new price bracket, so we're talking about $8 to $10. So this is in a league of its own, man, for price and for texture and taste. So one sip, they do I think it's cheese pie. That's what they're called. But you can either get mince and cheese or steak and cheese. Then they have mushroom, which is mushroom, and it's what tastes like a stewed, like quite beefy steak pie. So I had one of each. So these pies are like $9, man. So my mother-in-law, she bought a few pies. She left one here for me and my brother. And my brother's a big eater too, but he had half the mushroom pie. And yeah, you know when looks say a lot of words. So this is my deaf brother. He took one bite and his eyes rolled back and he was like, "That's freaking mint." So I was like, "Fuck, I was like hoping that he wasn't gonna eat the whole pie, but he actually halved it. And I had a taste of it, man. I'm gonna say, out of 5, this pie is like a 4.5 stars, man. If you can afford to go buy one of the pies from One Sip, man, go and get it because it's a different experience and it's a different flavor. Eh? But the cheese pie I had.
Whereabouts?
This is that cafe on the corner of across the road from the Countdown in Territory South.
Right at the intersection there, at the traffic lights.
There's that cafe. You can
all
see
those windows, eh?
Yeah, with all those windows. But pies, bro. They do pies in there. Dangerous, man.
Yeah, it's funny you should say that because there's a takeaway not far from there that we usually go to for long talks as well.
Yep.
So, I know. I'll go check out that pie place.
Oh man, if you can afford $9, but yeah, just the structure of the pies were good. The top was good, and yeah, man, their cheese pie I rated probably like a 5, because I haven't had.
What's the pastry like?
Pastry was good, man. The pastry was like quite soft, but not flaky. But bro, just the body of the pie, and when I took a bite, man, fuck, it pretty much melted in my mouth. But just the taste, like the fusion of flavors in that pie was like, bro, that's premium gourmet, man. So for anyone that's looking for a $9 pie who reckons that they don't like pies, you will fall in love with pies if you have one of their pies, man. Like, it was that good. So yeah. I'd rate that. So of the 2 pies, the mushroom 4.5, the steak cheese pie, yeah, I'll give it a 5 out of 5. Like, I haven't had a pie like that for a long time, man. Yeah, I think because it's different from Westside Bakery, Tiger Bakery, and Baker Boys, and even like, you know, the Glendian pies are different. So it's in a league of its own, bro. To be honest.
What do you think What do you think of those pies from next to the KFC there?
Tiger Bakehouse.
Yeah.
Well, go-to pies the potato top, man. So right now, I think Baker Boys' is potato top better than that one at the moment, just for the taste of the mince.
Yeah.
But yeah, that we gave that. I think that's a 4.5. We've given that a 4.5 out of 5. But for price, it's a bit pricey. Yeah, like I think they were the first to go from $4.80 to like $5.50. They're the $5.50s now. They're probably $6 now.
Yeah. Everybody's up there now.
Have you had their butter chicken pie?
Yeah, the butter chicken's not as good as what their flavor. The mince is across the road. Like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, talking about a fusion of flavors.
Yeah.
That steak and cheese across the road will probably be better than that butter chicken at Tiger Bakehouse head to head. Yeah. And it's funny, man, because every time someone bumps into me and they tell me that they've tasted the pie, they're like, "Charlie, man, that pie was mean."
Yeah.
Have to, bro. Can't make people waste their money, you know, on not those put the pie in the fridge ones.
Leave it in the microwave for someone else, but no one else eats it.
Sweet boys. So we'll move on to the next part. What have you guys been watching, man? What have you guys been watching on your streaming apps or what have you been watching online? We'll start with you, Yush.
Just carrying on with my Welcome to Wrexham, the soccer story for those who don't know. Great story, Wrexham club. But finally spoiler alert, if you're it's already happened, but I tried not to find out like how the team's going, because obviously if it's on Disney, it's a little bit old. But I
Yeah.
just didn't pay attention to, like, I never Googled how the team was going. But yeah, they finally won the competition and got promoted, and that was pretty awesome, just to see like how much it means to these small towns, like, because everyone just works and looks after their family, and like that's their highlight, like going to the games on the weekend.
Mm.
So I finished that, and then there was only one episode because they just released 1 or 2 episodes, I think every week or fortnight. I'm not sure. I just check every now and again. So that was awesome watching that. And then last night after that I watched one because it was after tag. I was pretty tired, so I was like, oh, let's get the kids to bed and then we'll have some time to watch stuff. But then I started watching it's called Captain. It was Derek Jeter, the New York Yankees batter. He's a shortstop. Yeah, because my kids are getting into like softball and baseball sort of. Oh, they play t-ball, but I was like, oh, I need to learn more about like their sport, So yeah, I started watching that last night. It was pretty cool. Because I love New York, and he's based on New York, and he won. It was pretty cool. I won't talk too much about it, but his dream was to play for the Yankees, and because he was going to be like a 1 to 5 draft pick, and he didn't get picked in the first 5, so he was pretty gutted. But he got drafted 6th, which meant he got picked for the Yankees. So it's one of those ones, like, it was a blessing, that he didn't get picked number 1, because he would have went to a different team.
Yeah.
So because it shows him as a kid, and he's got like all New York Yankees apparel and caps, and he's got it on his wall, and it was his dream. And then so he ended up getting picked 6th, and then after a couple of years of playing in the minor leagues, he makes the majors and becomes a great. But no, it's pretty good series, I guess, if you're into softball or baseball, that type of thing. Yeah, so that's what I've been watching.
Nice. What you eat?
I'm just finishing up on Fear the Walking Dead because I'm a big fan of the Walking Dead franchise. So finishing that off. I think it's coming to a closure because I heard they're coming up with some movies for the Walking Dead. So yeah, just waiting for that. What else did I watch? I watched The Creator. I think it's recently just come out of the movies. Starring Denzel Washington's son. I think his name is John something Washington. He's the guy that acted in Tenet. So interesting movie. It's kind of weird. It's like the Terminator, but Skynet. Skynet is in this movie. Skynet's a pansy, and it's the humans that are the monsters. So it's a reverse role kind of. So
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's like it's really strange that the AI is struggling against the humans. So yeah, it's really weird, but it's not a bad movie. It's okay. But I watched also this documentary on YouTube with Eddie Hall, the strongman competitor and strongman one of the strongest men I think. Because he's been out of strongman lifting for a while now. So he decided to go back to his diet, what he used to eat during his time of lifting. And it's crazy because this guy wakes up in the morning, he has a feed of something like 2,000 calories, probably eggs, bacon, hash browns, baked beans, and four toast bread. That's his one meal. And then he goes back and has a nap. Wakes up again, probably around about 8:30, takes his kids to school, has another feed. So he has porridge and some juice, I think, and then he goes back to sleep again. So every meal that he has a nap. By the time he starts to go to training, I think it's his first lunch or second lunch, because he has like 6 or 7 meals in a day. It consists of like 12,000 calories. So it's way more than what we usually eat. But every meal he always has a nap. But before he trains, he has, I think, porridge and a lot of carbs. He has a lot of carbs during that time because he wants his energy to be released slowly throughout the day for the rest of the remaining day and during his training. So while he's training, he's also having bottle of 2 liters of water, and I forgot what the other food was, but it was some kind of electrolytes. And then he goes home, has another feed and another nap, and then I think one more feed before he goes to sleep. Before he actually goes to bed, and I was just like, "Fuck, that's what it takes to compete in when you're at that level, like all the eating you have to do. It's just crazy."
It's amazing how shredded he looks, from when he's in good physique, and then when he look like when he's strongman lifting, like big difference,
Yeah, because they can't carry all that weight forever, so they have to retire at some time, and it's best that they do it a bit earlier than later, I guess. But that's crazy, man, because he's a lot shorter than all the other strongmen, so but he had to eat the same amount of calories they do just to keep up. It's out of it. But I found it really interesting, though.
Yeah,
especially snapping.
His documentary was pretty cool. I watched it ages ago. But
is it the one he lifted 500 pounds? I mean, the 500 kilos.
It was like, I think so. I think it was. I was like his prep for the World's Strongest Man, but it was years ago. But I guess what you just watched was like his latest stuff, So
yeah, because I did watch the one where he was the first guy to lift that 500 kilos. Bro, he went to the dark side for that one, because he was just, his nose was bleeding like bad. He was gone.
Yeah.
When he was right at the top of the lift, bro, he wasn't there anymore.
What kind of lift was he doing? Was he doing like a solid block, or was it like a deadlift?
A deadlift.
I think I saw that. Was that the truck wheels one?
No, it was on stage.
Yeah,
but there was just blood coming from his face, man.
Shit.
Just coming from his nose. So he pushed his body way beyond.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah, he started to lose weight when he finished Strongman, because he thought that the body, he will have a heart attack or something. He had too much strain on his body.
Oh no, bro. I mean, the heart can't take that much weight.
Yeah, so I think he achieved his goal. He was the man. He achieved his goal of winning World's Strongest Man. Jeez. And then when he retired, he got what he wanted, and then he cut down his weight. But yeah, it's funny that he's trying to eat how he used to eat. Is he going to compete again, or is he just mucking around?
Just mucking around.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he'll ever try and compete again. But it's too much. Because I even saw one with Brian Shaw, and what it cost to feed him in a week. And I think it was something like 12 in America. I think $12,000. I think.
Nah, I'll be probably 1,200 or something.
Yeah. That's right. 1,200 to 12,000. Shit, it's too much. Yeah, so it'd be like $1,200 a week. I was like, what?
A week? Damn.
Yeah. Well, he's still competing too.
Yeah, he is, and he looks good. He looks real. Yeah. He's the slimmest strongman I've seen. Everyone else seems bulky.
Well, he's 6'8" or whatever, so he can sort of spread it out,
Yeah. Fuck, he's a tall. Bro, that's tall ass.
He can spread out his weight. Yeah.
Cool.
What about you, Les? What's been on lately?
Oh shit! I've been trying to watch a few movies. I managed to watch The Equalizer 3 on last week of Sunday.
That's.
I think.
What do you think?
When I hear from other people who come through the shop, I'm always confused. Like I'm like, okay, if he said like it's not worth the watch, but then I watched it. I was like, wow, pretty interesting take on The Equalizer 3. I think it was different. The storyline was pretty. I don't know. Like what's the word? Like you didn't think it was gonna go that way, like the way the story unfolded. But in terms of like, bro, just the way, he's got his own, especially him being of color.
Yeah,
that's probably the biggest, the biggest scare is like how, a whole bunch of like conservative people just so reserved and just letting shit happen in their town just change as soon as it came about, and I think the classic line that I found was like, oh wow, that's a pretty good line, is when he's obviously shot and he goes to the doctor. So I'm gonna spoil it. This one, he gets shot and he goes to a doctor, but this doctor apparently brings so many people into the town of Sicily. But when he tells him, "Oh, hey, when you're ready to move on, you're good." But then he asks him, "I go, why'd you asked me if I'm a good guy?" And I said to you, maybe. Like, why are you looking after me? And he responded to that. He like said, "Oh, if someone asks you if you're a good guy and you say you don't know, that means you're a good guy." I was like, "Oh wow!" Like it got me thinking. I was like, "Bro, that's a pretty life rich sort of question there." But yeah,
when you think about it,
like a lot of people, like if they're humble, they'll be like, "Oh no, yeah, they're pretty humble about it." But when they played it in the movie, and for him to ask Denzel to ask him like that, I was like, "Bruh, this is pretty real, eh?"
The whole scenery
it's a good watch.
The whole scenery for that movie was nice too, eh? The whole city was a beautiful city.
Like it makes me wonder, like, these are these hidden gems built away, on the other side of the world. But then you see how close the water is, eh? Like if you were to drive over the cliff, it was like this is straight down.
You can go for fishing, go fishing for a bit, and then have a coffee later. Go for a walk up that hill that he was going up. Man, that hill looks steep. I don't think I could make that, but I'll give it a go.
Yeah, but yeah, what a cool place to film the third one, eh?
Yeah, there's a crack up there
on Sunday, and then I just been catching up on my American Chopper, man. I love their program, man. It's making me want to ride, man. It's making me want to ride. It's making me want to ride.
You want to join the gang of doing abide by the rules?
Well, look at it this way. So I got a cousin, right? She's got a 300cc bike. She's got a road license, and then I got a few customers that come in and talk about their bikes. But she started off learning dirt bikes. So she wears the GoPro in that, and I saw a bit of her footage, like her riding up like sand dunes and stuff on Motorway. So when I saw her footage, she's like, "Oh, honestly, cuz man, like, it might seem stupid, right? But I'm in here, like, she's 2 years deep on riding dirt bikes," and she says, so her best mate told her, "Get used to riding a dirt bike because your reaction and your and just all your basic knowledge about if you roll a bike, especially on uneven terrain, it just helps you when you go on a road." And so from watching her go up the sand dunes, right, and just her struggle and then fall off the bike, get back on the bike and then ride it again, bro, to see her on the road, when you see like there's some road bike like on John Wick, on John Wick how those black bikes come out of the thing and they're going through the tunnel.
Yeah,
if you see the footage on her helmet, she's in the movie, bro. It's her on the John Wick. But just the way she can control the bike, it's crazy, man. But fuck yeah, like just on her helmet, like watching, I'm like, cuz you should post this shit, man. Like this stuff's freaking clean and wicked, eh? Like, and it's all stuff that you see out west, So yeah, I was like, man, you made me wanna get into riding, eh? So it's got me thinking, like, yeah, I wouldn't mind learning something new. Like she's in her 50s, right? Oh no, she's in her late 40s. So she's in her late 40s and she's like, "Oh man, cuz if I've learned to ride a bike and I start off just a dirt bike, why not? Why not?" So I'll be watching American Chopper, the theme bikes that they do, and then the charity work that they've done. So yeah, I know what happens, like, because I watched it right to the last episodes. But yeah, that's probably like the last series I'll probably watch for a while.
Is that the Orange County Chopper?
Yeah,
series,
HGC,
like,
Dad, and all the arguments. You know how the arguments are real, eh? Like the way he talks to them, bro. Oh my gosh, I can relate to it. Eh? Like when I see young guys playing on their phone, I'm like, man, that's why we're not freaking getting little things here, But that's just the old school mentality, eh?
Crazy.
Sweet boys, I had this one little segment of how far we've come, if you guys want to touch on it. But yeah, while I was at my cousin's house and I met a new partner, he had like one of those radio, like the old school radios, like the Sanyo and the Philips radios, the one tape deck with the radio dial. Tune on the side, eh?
Yeah.
Like I saw it was on Ellen one time and they were like just saying, "Okay, can you tell us how to turn it on?" And all these people didn't know how to turn it on. Like I think about conversations I had with my kids. Like Kita asked me, "Dad, what do you want for Christmas?" And I'm like, "I want a JBL speaker." And she goes, "Oh, what model?" After seeing that radio, and just thinking, man, it doesn't even need a power cable, right? Because you can put like those heavy duty D batteries in the back. You put 6 of them at the back. You got a radio station, right? And some of them were so advanced that they had the aux wire already at the front, like for the headphones. If it wasn't headphones, it would be for aux. So you could plug the aux wire in. You could use a CD player, or you could use your phone. But if I think about like how far we've come in terms of like technology from the radio, simple radio, and like these days, those small radio, like ones that you can get a frequency on with a little aerial, they still work, man. Like it's still analog. You can still pick it up. But we've come so far with the digital world. It's like you can't pick up like a frequency on the television now, but the radio signal we can still pick it up. It's like shucks. It's like one of those things that will never get phased out.
Yeah. Hold on. That's why they still have them in first aid, like evacuation kits in there.
Yeah. You get it with the torch.
They still have this type of radios.
Yeah, and you got the radio as well, man.
Yeah, because you're right. Because the radio signal will never disappear.
Well, that's it, man. Well, guys gotta make sure, man. You got your emergency kits ready with the little radio, with the little batteries. Make sure your batteries are still in the pack, not inside the radio, so they corrode and shit like that.
Yeah.
Hold on. Little walkie-talkies and shit.
Oh, sweet as gentlemen, that's us, man. We'll probably finish up with some final words, eh? We'll start with you, Eric.
Yeah, I think this episode is making me think about really trying to get something started. Like I think we talked about it in the last episode. Just going for walks and stuff, and slowly working up until you're back at a routine, a comfortable routine where you're going to the gym and just exercising again. So yeah, just having a look at that, seeing people that actually started already, and I'm still playing video games. So yeah. I think that's for myself. So I gotta get started soon. But yeah, it's always good to talk about it because it changes, you structure your mind in a way where, like, I don't know, there's like something to work towards to or step up to, and then see how it goes from there. Just gotta follow it up all the time. Keep consistent. Yeah, so yeah.
I mean, small changes, man. Small changes into bigger ones, eh? Gotta learn to love it, man.
Yeah, just gotta be honest. So mucking around all the time and giving excuses.
Sweet, thanks for that.
Yeah, it's just little steps there, little process. That's the one. I thought, I guess the last, what's called, final words. I sort of like write down thoughts I get throughout the week sometimes. Sometimes I forget about them, but I wrote down a couple. I guess I'll share one and save the other one for next week or whatever. But yeah, it was just like, it goes like this: follow other people's dreams that don't care about you, or pursue your own dreams. And I was just thinking about like, because I'm at the school, and like a lot of the kids are following like other people, and like I don't know, Andrew Tate or other stars, like whether they're musicians or athletes, and like just following their lives. And I'm like, just follow your own dreams, like. But like I'm victim of that as well, like because I love sports, and I follow athletes, and I'm a fan of sports and athletes. But sort of at the same time, I'm still trying to make like actions towards my own dreams. So yeah, just I guess that's what I would like to finish with, is just more like, yeah, it's good to be a fan and follow other people, like to get inspiration or to learn and stuff like that. But follow your own dreams, sort of like simultaneously, like use it as a thing to learn from, to get like some tips, or you can use it as motivation or inspiration or whatever. But yeah, don't just follow like I said, I just see it at the school too much. Just like, man, talking about this guy or that girl doing this and that, or it's like, who cares about them? They don't care about you. You know what I mean? It's like they you care so much about this other person that doesn't know you or doesn't care about you. It's just like, man, look after, follow your own dreams and look after your own family and things like that, your own friends and stuff. And all these people, they don't care. They don't care about us. So, yeah, that's what I like to finish with.
Nice,
They
yes.
just want you to watch their content.
Yeah, basically, yeah. They
Yeah.
want us to buy their products, follow their content, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, right on point.
Mean cuz.
Yeah,
I just wanted to share, like, I know it's been challenging trying to make like little small lifestyle changes since I've been unemployed. It's quite it's like it's funny that I like to say it out loud, but sometimes like you can repeat the same sort of things, but your inner mind's not actually hearing it, you know. So like, in order for me to change, I know I need a team around me. So I'm grateful that I got a team that I can lean on to sort of like help me out and help me make the changes that I need to make, you know, for myself. But I found a quote, and it's funny, man. Whenever I find quotes or whenever I see stuff online that I like to share and like save and just help me process what I'm thinking. This little saying. So my final words is you grow differently when your confidence is fueled by belief in yourself instead of validation from others. So yeah, man, start off yourself, eh? Like look in the mirror, tell yourself, remind yourself, like, you know, the beauty of life. The beauty of life, and just how blessed you are just to wake up and open your eyes every day, man. Because I know there's some days, there's some people, they might not wake up today, you know, or might not wake up tomorrow, and it's a blessing to be part of something so nurtured from the garage and genuine, you know. It gives me great pleasure just to be able to stand there and host on behalf of Cams and be part of the WesWes Network. I believe in everything that it's done for myself and pretty much people that probably follow and listen to us week in, week out. So, and saying that, man, you know what it is. But yeah, thanks for the episode, boys, man. It's been a pleasure.
thank you.
Fun.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Thanks, boys, for hosting and running it.
And
Appreciate
hey, if it gets a bit heated, cuz look at the kids and smile, man. Look at the kids and smile.
You just have a squeezy ball.
Or just start doing some burpees. Start doing some burpees, you know. You guys have a good week, man.
You too, yeah.
Then we'll finish this
Yeah,
up,
you
man.
too, mate.
Let's get the heck out of here.
Sweet.
Sweet.